What's up, everybody? It's Super Span here today. Um, you know, the Bulls kind of suck. Um, I think we're like 11 and 17 right now, something like that. Um, the only person, well, the only two people that really show up every day, unfortunately, is DeMar and Vooch. Um, And I think I touched on this in my last video, but there's been tons of trade rumors swirling around that teams are interested in trading for DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Vooch, whoever. I think more specifically DeMar DeRozan, and possibly a little bit of Zach LaVine in there in terms of rumors. And it's a weird time to be a Bulls fan. Last year, we started off very, very strong. We were first place in the Eastern Conference up until the All-Star break, up until, I believe, after the All-Star break, when Lonzo Ball went down. And he's still down. They're not even sure at this point if he'll play at all this season. I guess we'll see by February, which is when the All-Star break is. But, yeah, it's weird. It's like, we just signed Zach LaVine to that massive deal, and now he just can't really play. I mean, he could score, but not as efficiently as he was in the previous, 3 seasons. His shot selection seems pretty terrible. And I love Zach LaVine. I've been a huge believer in him, and I'm still a believer in him now. But I don't really know what we should do as a team. I don't know if we should throw in the towel and try to get as many draft picks as possible. I know that is a very sort of taboo thing to do, and it's not what I want to do, but I don't know, if it's one of the things we should do. Hindsight is 2020, so 6 months from now or whatever, around the time when the lottery is, I'm sure we'll find out. Obviously we'll find out what the front office ended up doing, but yeah, right now it's just weird. Like, you kind of tune into every game and you see them just running around for cardio. You don't see them actually trying to win. It doesn't seem like it, at least. So, I mean, I don't know if it's just like a team chemistry thing. I don't know if it's a head coach thing, which I don't want to sit here and put the blame on Billy Donovan, because I feel like Billy Donovan has had enough success both in the NBA and obviously in college to where we know he's a good coach. We know he's a good head coach. So I don't want to be that type of person to just blame the coach. Now, his rotations at times are questionable, but I mean, look at his roster. You've got no shooters. You've got maybe like 1 or 2 shooters, and one of them is Zach LaVine, who is just incredibly streaky right now, and then the other one is like Kobe White and then half of Nikola Vucevic. I love Vooch. I think he's playing a lot better than a lot of extremely negative Bulls fans who, frankly, I think don't even watch the games play. I think he plays better than what they think. But with that being said, in order to be a successful team, I feel like you need a crap ton of shooters. Like, we like Kobe White is extremely streaky as well. I sort of like what he's done so far this year, but again, incredibly streaky, not reliable. Like, I want a guy like, I don't know, Max Strus, or hell, even Duncan Robinson without the contract. Like Buddy Hield again without the contract. But I feel like Buddy Hield, I would kill to have a guy like Buddy Hield, but I feel like he's like a glorified role player. But, you know, I would take him for obviously the right price. But, you know, I really want to focus on Zach LaVine. You know, like I said, everybody knows we signed him to that huge max contract this offseason. And, you know, sort of deservedly so. It comes with those lofty expectations of, you know, taking another step, or at the very least continuing your all-star type career. You know, he's a 2-time all-star the last 2 seasons, and so far this year it doesn't look like he's going to make the all-star team by a long shot. He's had a couple solid games here. He had that 41-point game, and then I believe not that long ago he got like 26 points or whatever. I could be wrong. But he's had some games where he's looked good, but I feel like he's had more games where it's just like he just chucks up a random 3-pointer while he's being contested, and there's, you know, 15 seconds left on the shot clock, and it's like, you know, it's just such an unwarranted, unwanted shot. And it's like, what are you doing? You know, I don't know if the Bulls would even consider trading him right now because of the fact that they just signed him. But I believe in our front office enough to where I can confidently say that they're going to do the right thing. You know, I mean, obviously our best player so far has been DeMar DeRozan. He's just continuing to kill it, continuing to be a reliable source of offense for this team. And it sucks, you know, because it's like I root for him so hard. He's one of my favorite players on the team, one of my favorite players in the league, just because you know, I get to watch him play every game now since he's been a Bull, and really focus on his game and see what he's about. And he's amazing. But I mean, that dude deserves to be on a winning team, like a real winner. And so far, obviously, we haven't been that. And I know we're without Lonzo, but it's like, really, what is this team's ceiling with Lonzo Ball? Fully healthy, everybody fully healthy. What is our ceiling? Are we a first round and out team even with him? Are we an Eastern Conference Finals team? Are we a second round and out? Are we even like I said, like, are we an Eastern Conference Finals? I don't know. I doubt it, because, you know, you just saw this team's epic collapse last season. The lack of depth is glaring. I know we got Andre Drummond and Goran Dragic, but it's like, you know, and I would love for us to keep Drummond. Dragic is old, so he's probably going to retire soon. But I feel like we need a real shooter, like at least like 2 or 3 guys that can just that's sole purpose is to shoot the ball, like I don't know, like a JJ Redick type, you know, or like a Kyle Korver type. And it's like oh my gosh, like, how hard is it to sign somebody like that? They're like, you know, all the fans are like, hey, we need a shooter. You know, we got a solid amount of defense. You know, we got some scoring there. We got, you know, big men. All right, we need at least one shooter. They signed Goran Dragic. It's like, no offense to Dragic. Like, I feel like he's doing what he can. He's playing pretty well. But he's not a shooter. Like, we need a guy that can just spot up and shoot. And it just seems like they're just ignoring that. Now, I'm not trying to harp on the front office, because, again, I feel like they've done well with what they were given initially, right? They were given a team that was led by Zach LaVine and told, hey, build around this guy and see if you can't make a contender or whatever. I feel like the front office I feel like the ownership is telling them, like, center it around Zach LaVine and, see what you can do. And it pains me to say this. As much as I love Zach LaVine, I still think he can turn around. But it pains me to say this, that it just doesn't seem like that's going to work out. I don't know if he's still sort of, mentally or even physically coming back from his injury last year or what, I don't know what they should do. It's just a very weird time. Like I said, I don't know if they should trade somebody like one of the big three and get some draft picks and maybe take on like a big contract that's expiring. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that's my rant for the day. I want to thank you so much for watching, and go Bulls as always. I don't want to make videos that are like this pessimistic, but sometimes you gotta really call it like you see it, and how I see it is pretty bad right now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.